Decided in a backhanded deals or anything. All of the promoters within Brisca Formula 2, they're all on a rota system, and they get their turn to hold the big events, i.e. the British and also the World Final. And this year's World Championship is going to be up at the Barford Raceway in the northeast of England, and they've got a stand alongside the Brisca Formula 2 stock car stand. And to have a brief word about this year's World Final, we welcome the representative of Barford Raceway, is John Dawson. So here comes John. If you take a seat and hold the mic nice and close, of course, but you're a man who knows about holding a microphone. So, well, first of all, tell us really how the plans sit at the moment with this year's World Final up at Barford Raceway.
Well, we're doing some promotion for the World Final. As you can see, there is the Barford Raceway stand there, and we've got some videos going on what's happening in forthcoming coming up to Barford Raceway for the 8th and 9th of September. And we're just going to be doing a lot of promoting over the next few months and letting people know that it is actually on, and it's the 50th anniversary of the running of the World Final, so that's going to be something special too.
Of course, the World Final was last staged at Barford in 2004?
2004, that was it, yes.
And the legendary Bill Bratton took the win in what was an excellent race.
It was an incredible race, Steve, because we had our very own homegrown Paul Broach,
yeah,
who didn't have a very good qualifying, and in the end had to go through the consolation semi-final on the Saturday night, so was at the back of the grid, but about 3/4 of the way through the race actually was leading. Then unfortunately lost the lead again to Bill, and just couldn't get Bill. Bill kept going wide all the time. He was really making sure that Paul couldn't get on the back end. But I mean, what a marvellous end to that World Final, to come back from back of the grid.
Absolutely, yeah. He almost did what Mark Simpson did do last year in coming through the consolation semi-final, the last chance race, for want of a better description, and coming through to win it. So really, of course, Brisca Formula 2 stock cars and stock car racing in general have got a long history in the northeast of England.
They certainly have. I mean, we've still got the North Eastern Stock Car Drivers Association as well. They're still meeting, and it's good for that. And actually Barford is based on the old Aycliffe and Hartlepool tracks. Cyril Whitfield, who promotes the track, actually used to be a banger driver, and what he did to get the track marked out, it's on an old army base, went onto the parade ground with this Granada, drove around it. That's how we got the oval, and it actually replicates a bit of Hartlepool and a bit of Aycliffe, so there's a lot of history actually within the circuit itself.
And of course the very nature of the track means that it is an unpredictable track, and therefore it could well be an unpredictable World Final.
Well, I think the only thing that we can predict about the World Final is that it's going to be unpredictable.
Yes, which is exactly what we want to hear, really.
Well, that's it, because there's no odds can be put on, and when we do get there, anybody could win it. The wonderful thing is that I like about Barford is because it is such a tight track that it doesn't matter whether you've got the top machinery. You could be a yellow top who's managed to get through the semi-finals, and even if you're at the back of the grid, a yellow top with a mediocre car, given the circumstances, could actually win the World Final.
So we look forward to that on the 8th, is it 8th and 9th of September?
Yes, the consolation on the Saturday evening, and on the 9th of September, then that's the big one, the World Final. 50 years, ladies and gentlemen, of the World Final for Brisca Formula 2 stock cars.
So for now, we thank John very much for your time. We've got you again in a couple of hours' time, where we'll discuss Barford generally, as well as a bit more about the Formula 2 stock car World Final. But for now, it's John Dawson.
Thanks, Steve.
Now, Brisca Formula 2 stock cars, of course, is, as I say, a very, very popular form of oval motorsport, with 500 drivers and 25 tracks. And each year there's new drivers coming in, new faces. Yes, fair enough, some do leave, but that's just that's the nature of life, really, isn't it? But one driver who is making the change into Brisca Formula 2 stock cars for this season is one who many of the oval race fans will know quite well. And we'll let him do his announcement, but we'll announce him onto the stage anyway. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Carlos Perez. Hello. Hello there, Carlos. Right, hold the mic nice and close. Get the words out. Nice and close, nice and toast. I don't know where that comes from. So Carlos, you are making the switch into Bristol Formula 2 stock cars this year.
Yeah, this year I'm lucky enough my sponsors have come forward to make the change back into stock car racing, so we had a look around and we thought Brisca F2 was the best thing for us at the moment.
So really, what was, you say it was the best thing for you at the moment, what was the more specific best thing? Was it in terms of costs, or terms of less costs, or racing more locally, or?
Well, we'll be racing all around the country. I think costs come to everything at the minute. Everybody's really struggling, but we've put a good package together to be able to be competitive and go to try and win things.
So you say the package, what particular chassis have you gone for? Have you gone for a known car builder, or is it all new?
No, a known car builder. It's Kelvin Wally at KWR. Luckily he's helping us with some sponsorship for this year. And they're proving to be a very fast car, so that's one good thing.
Leads us in nicely. There is one over there. Kelvin Wally's own himself, actually. His own car is on display just behind, sort of a couple of rows back from behind the Brisca Formula 2 stand itself. So you did have a couple of goes in Formula 2 stock cars a couple of years ago. Was that really just sort of like a toe in the water, or at that time, because you were still racing the Formula 1 stock cars at the time, was it just something else to do rather than a thinking, oh, I might do these one day?
It was something else to do. To be fair, it was down to Kelvin. He built a brand new car and pushed me into it and do a few meetings, and I really enjoyed it at the time, and that's really one of the main reasons we've gone into it now.
So really the aim, and you are aiming high?
Yeah, we aren't come here to just slouch about, we come here to win.
And are you going to be racing on both surfaces? Does Formula 2 stock cars race on the shale and the tarmac, or are you just going to be concentrating on the tarmac?
We're going to concentrate on the tarmac to start with, and then see how we go on from there, and no doubt we'll end up with a shale car.
That's it, because you never know what might happen. So there we are. Thank you very much for your time. He's certainly always been an exciting driver in whatever he's done. Ladies and gentlemen, Carlos Perez.
Thank you.
So we are, cars, as you can look around, there's some very, very immaculate Formula 2 stock cars. A lot of people think stock car racing is all about crash and bash. Yes, it is, but it's also not. These are proper racing cars with bumpers. And if you look around the cars here, like this one here, 886 Chris Bradbury, 38 Dave Polly, 676 Neil Hooper, the self-built car that Mark Simpson has just alluded to, the engineering on these cars is every bit as good, and in many cases better than a lot of the Formula cars are in the main show, sort of the race on the long circuit. So do take a good look round, and if you can come and see us at any point during the course of the season, we look forward to your company. We'll be back again at the top of the hour when Nick will be here with more of a word from Speedworth and Inca Race, but for now, we'll see you again later.